Well, it's been such a strange few months not being able to travel overseas. For some people, not even being able to travel within New Zealand, and for others, not even being able to visit family and friends in the same city. So many people in New Zealand are saying they're desperate for the lockdown to be lifted for the Christmas New Year period so we can all enjoy our normal holiday activities like having family get-togethers or heading to the beach for a relaxing break. Well, it got me thinking about the first Christmas and what it was like for Joseph and Mary. Probably the last thing that they were wanting was a trip away from home. Mary, she was heavily pregnant and the baby was due any time, and then the official order came through that they had to travel from Nazareth to Bethlehem for the census. Inconvenient and disruptive. But, well, in those days there were no exemptions and you couldn't use public media to drum up sympathy and get the government to give you immunity. And travel back then, well, it was a lot more arduous than now. No air-conditioned people movers, rather a donkey along a dusty and potentially dangerous road. It would have taken about 5 days to go the 100+ kilometres. Joseph walking and Mary bumping along on the donkey. Parts of the terrain were also rocky and mountainous, and there was the possibility of rainy weather to contend with, not to mention bandits and wild animals. I'm certain that Joseph and Mary would have preferred to have stayed home. And then, when they arrived in Bethlehem, there was no proper accommodation for them, just a stable. Well, perhaps not the standalone barn that many scenes of nativity depict, but probably a lower area of a peasant home where animals were kept. But still, not the hygienic, well-equipped birthing room that we're used to these days to give birth. I'm sure that Mary, in particular, would have preferred familiar surroundings with a close family near her. After all, this was her first baby, a nervous event at the best of times. But added to the challenge Mary faced was being in a strange town, a long way from home. Strange that while we crave a relaxing holiday away from home, Mary and Joseph would have been craving as much familiarity and close support as possible. So yes, it is a strange time this year for a lot of us, but perhaps that's not such a bad thing. It certainly must have been a very strange time for the main actors, Mary and Joseph, during the very first Christmas. And no, they weren't actually real actors. This was real life. This was real convenience. But God was with them and gave them the ability to cope with all the unexpected events that they were throwing their way. And He'll do the same for us this Christmas. Perhaps that's what we should remember. One of the main themes of Christmas is Emmanuel, God with us. God will be with us this Christmas, and perhaps our inconvenience isn't that great as we contemplate the inconvenience that Mary and Joseph faced.